Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about what courses you should be taking each year in college. So kind of a guide basically saying like how to get through each year of your college career. I'm also going to have timestamps linked below so you can skip ahead into whatever year you're planning for already. Now let's get into the video. So first I want to start with freshman. Freshman year is your first year of college, so you'll typically meet with your academic advisor and plan out your schedules in advance with them. Now, just so you know, this guide is probably not going to be followed by anyone at all. You will probably change courses all the time and change your schedule a bunch, but it's fine. It'll all work out. You have plenty of time. It's your first year there, and you have plenty of time to get everything done. The first thing you need to make sure you look at is finding the prerequisites for your major and the classes you need for your major. Getting your prerequisites done as soon as possible is the best way to get ahead and make sure that you graduate on time. For example, if I did physics, the prerequisites for our physics classes are typically going to be calculus and chemistry and general physics. So before you can go into physics major courses, you have to get all those done. If you're a math major, your prerequisites will probably be more calculus, linear algebra, general physics, general chemistry, general biology, all those kind of things that you need to get done before you can start taking courses that are specific to your major. These are typically called like the general education courses or your prerequisites for your major. So make sure you get these done, and you'll probably be in like people with similar majors. Like if I'm a physics major, the person next to me in calculus is probably a math major maybe. You'll probably all be in like the same area fields of study. Make sure you find every prerequisite you need, list them all out, and figure out what quarters or semesters they're offered, and take them as much as you can. Now the next thing you're going to need to find out is the general requirements that every student at the university has to take. So these are things like English classes, math classes, history classes, or political science, communications, those type of courses. And typically these are going to be the courses where, if you're at a big university, you have hundreds of students in lecture halls just watching a PowerPoint slide going over. These courses will probably also be typically easier than your major requirements. So these courses, make sure you try to get the best grade possible because these are going to be your GPA boosters basically. So make sure you get all your general ed requirements filled in like your early years, like your freshman and sophomore year, as soon as possible, because once you get to senior year and junior year, you're going to want to focus a lot more on your major required courses. This is also a good time to find new areas of interest that you have. Maybe you've always wanted to study a certain period of time in history, so you take a course in feudal Europe or something like that. Me personally, I did a personal training certificate course at UC Santa Barbara, so I did courses that help you take a test to get your personal training certificate. You can find all kinds of fun, weird, wacky courses at colleges that you can never find anywhere else. Like, you'll never be able to formally learn about any of these things later, so you might as well take it. And my last tip for you freshmen is don't be afraid to waitlist courses. I've actually gotten into every single class I've waitlisted, so I might have a skewed perspective on this, but I think the waitlist is generally a safe bet, but you shouldn't rely on it too much. Definitely talk to the professor or teacher or TA that you're trying to get into, see if any other students want to switch times or section schedules or anything like that, and see if the professor will even just let you into the course. Typically, a lot of professors will also just let you straight into the course, give you an ad code, and let you just sit in. So to summarize for freshmen, find your major requirements and prerequisites and get them done right away. Get your general education requirements in. Find courses that pique your areas of interest that you think you would like. And also, don't be afraid to waitlist courses. Okay, on to sophomores now. Now, sophomores are a little bit more interesting than freshmen because you have more options to choose from. You typically have more priority in schedule picking your classes, so you can pick more of what you need or what is required or what you want. In sophomore year, you should be starting to finish your prerequisites for your major and your general ed requirements. You should be looking into starting the series of courses that are required for your major. So for example, physics has a series of 3 courses in lower division level that sophomores should be finishing up by the end of their sophomore year. And once you finish those courses, you can go into upper division coursework. Sophomore year is kind of just a continuation of freshman year, except for you should be finishing up all the stuff that you started freshman year, like your major requirements, your general ed requirements, and your prerequisites for your major. Also, sophomore year is a great time to start getting to know your professors, TAs, and trying to make friends with them, and to be able to get things like letters of recommendation into research opportunities, internship opportunities, things like that. So start looking in your sophomore year for things like that for your professional career. So junior year is the year you should be starting to take your upper division coursework. You should be getting into your major requirements and fulfilling them as fast as you can. You should start the series if there are any like series of courses that you need for your major. Specifically for physics, there's a quantum mechanics series, there's a general physics series, there's a thermodynamics physics series. So you should be starting these series and getting them done. Junior year is another year to make a good roadmap of the next 2 years. Figure out what courses are required and schedule them out. Figure out what quarters that or semesters that they are offered, and make your new schedule. Not just schedule out for junior year, but for senior year as well. So you have the next 2 years planned in advance, so you know what requirements and what classes you're going to need to take. Basically, each quarter and semester you should be focusing on your major requirements, and then maybe taking 1 or 2 classes of general education, or like some of the fun classes that interest you. Now, here's a warning. Your upper division courses should be a lot harder than your lower division courses. So if you got by your lower division courses really easily, be prepared to work a lot harder and study a lot harder for your upper division courses. And I have videos explaining how to, study and do things like that, so if you want to check them out, go ahead. My biggest tip, because I see this happen a lot specifically in junior year, is to not overload yourself. Like I said earlier, you might have been able to get through your lower division courses a lot easier, so you decide to take, 4 or 5 classes of upper division courses in 1 quarter or semester. That's too much. You're definitely gonna overload yourself and overwork yourself. Rather than focusing on 3 classes that you can do really well in, you'll just take 5 classes and do kind of poorly in. It doesn't matter. It's not a race to finish. You have another full 2 years to get everything done. So you don't need a race to the finish. You just need to make sure what you're doing gets done, and it gets done well. This is also the best time to apply to internships, part-time jobs, like tutoring or anything inside of the department that is open to students, so that you get familiar with the industry environment, get into research, find some research opportunities with professors. That looks really good on resumes, not just for graduate school, but also for job applications, because it gives you work experience without actually working. And try to finish all your general education requirements by the end of this year, because by senior year, you're gonna wanna focus mainly on, their core classes. And now let's go into senior year. Senior year is the last year, so you're gonna wanna wrap up all the series classes, finish every class in the series that you need, all your major requirements so you can graduate on time, and you can take classes for fun, if you have extra units to spare. Maybe you need, 10 extra units. You can spread out a few classes throughout your senior year that are just, art, exercise science or something, the fun stuff. What I would recommend is taking extra electives in your major department. So for example, I'm going to use physics again. In physics, it was an elective to take statistical mechanics at UC Santa Barbara. So I took statistical mechanics, I took nonlinear dynamics, I took digital electronics lab. These are all elective classes that were offered at UC Santa Barbara, not requirements, and I took them my senior year. I'm never going to be able to learn these formally in education again, so I might as well just take these classes. And that's basically my biggest tip for senior year, is to enjoy it and take classes that are really of your interest. Not just finishing the requirements and the series that you need, but take classes that interest you the most. Like for me, I took nonlinear dynamics and digital electronics lab as my elective courses, so I was very interested in these topics. But some other people could take electives in nanoscience or general relativity or things like that. You can just choose what electives you want based on what interests you have, and if your university allows it. Even take graduate courses if your university allows it too. So basically, seniors, just finish up all your requirements, finish up your unit requirements, all your major requirements and everything like that, and then you're done. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, like the video and subscribe for more videos in the future on productivity and college advice and all that. So thank you for watching.